why everybody's under house arrest again in the Westwood Road area.
Well, let me introduce myself first. My name is Scott Park, and I'm the CEO of Nasoya. So basically, first of all, we do apologize about the inconvenience again. I know that every time when we attend this meeting, it starts from our apology, but I do have to apologize once more about the situation. And then we are working very diligently to find a permanent solution. And because of that, it takes a little bit of time. I know that we can't ask for your patience every time, but we are working with the DEP, with the town. So again, we feel very sorry about the inconvenience once more, but unfortunately it happened, and Elvin will explain about this.
Still happening. I threw up in my mouth on the way down Emco Way this afternoon. So
I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
Apologies.
Yeah, similar to previous events, our system gets into an upset, what we call an upset condition, where the biology gets upset and the H2S generation becomes greater to what our current scrubber system can actually handle. So part of the previous actions were to help our scrubbers to get better, which we believe improved the way that we were handling the things
Did.
in the previous month. But there is so much that we can actually do with the current scrubbers. And we understand that our system has a fundamental design flaw that needed to be corrected. That's why we presented the options on the previous meeting, getting now the no solution, the permanent, what we believe is the permanent solution to get these problems once for all fixed. We moved forward with the implementation of the RTO. DEP aligned with our approach, and they believe it's also a good solution. We met with them multiple times. We are right now under the permit application process with DEP. Actually, we have a meeting on Monday to go over that, and we are engaging into a new administrative consent order to allow us the construction of the system.
This is the system you guys presented back in November?
In November, so that's the RTO. So basically, in my presentation, I have the layout where it's going to be installed and some small details, general details of the installation, and it has a timeline that presents how. I have a paper copy if you wish to look at it. That presents when it's going to be implemented and all the activities related to that project.
Okay. And that's July, right? From what I understand, just to kind of get to the point.
Yes. Correct. So there are, if you look at this presentation, you will see two timelines. One with very specific details that says all the activities, that has August 31st as a commissioning date. That's the one that we share with the DEP that is linked to a consent order. And for some legal aspect, we have to give you some clearance on those specific dates. But we are striving to get these things completed in July and installed in July. We went from what we thought was going to be the solution, 300,000, to now 1.4 million on the installation of the system. And we're willing to do that because we acknowledge we have a big problem with our system that needs to be fixed. So Band-Aids, they work good with the effort of the people that we have at the plant. So this will give us the protection that we actually need for this kind of event. So we're really sorry that we cannot capture 100% what's being generated through the system.
We're going on 10 days though of this. So when does it? 70 degrees today. We're gonna have to deal with this until July. Because I gotta be honest with you, I am so close to just calling Walmart, calling Target, calling Market Basket, calling Whole Foods, tweeting, Facebooking, and just saying, do you want to be attached to this? That's coming from me as someone who has to drive through it every day. That's how I feel about Nasoya. I respect the hell out of you guys for coming here and taking the bullets. I do, but I respect my neighbors a hell of a lot more and what they've had to go through for the last, and this is well before Nasoya, so it's not just your fault. But I would assume you would have known about this when you purchased the plant, and I know you gentlemen, I don't know if you work for Vitasoy or not, but maybe you do, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, it's irrelevant. This is where we're at, because I'm really having a hard time with Nasoya still generating product when you get nauseous driving in the car with the windows up in February. So I guess my point was, if you want to take that message back to Mr. Gata, because I don't think I don't want to go that route, but I really am at that point, and I know a lot of the neighbors are too.
Chris,
Yes, Gary.
I totally agree with you. I support anything you want to do. For us to get a call from Shaw's,
In Groton. That's and to Gary's point, I smelled it there the other day, and I thought I was imagining things because I said, "There's no way that smoke can get all the way to Groton."
but this is, I mean, this is the same thing. I mean, for a short, correct me if I'm wrong, for a short period of time, it was good.
It was, yep, I agree. It's from
So
October
what
to.
changed from that point to now? There has to be something that was being done to reduce the smell to something that increased the smell. I mean, it seems to me very simple. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's, like physics or something. But
Sorry if I can.
I don't understand.
I hear you, Gary. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wish it was simple, and if we know that the band-aids and fixes that we completed would have corrected the situation, we wouldn't be spending 1.5 on a new piece of equipment. We understand there is a problem with our system, and we rush to, every time we get a upset condition, we rush to it we did the modifications we did the last few months, and we know that we were gonna get better, but not to the point where we wanna be, and that's why we're getting these kind of problems once again. There is so much that we can actually attack on the H2S levels and the biotanks with the current scrubber that it's just takes too much resources on the scrubber, on the system itself, that gets overwhelmed. And there is a point where it just breaks and cannot handle the load. And that's why we said, okay, this is enough, let's go with the RTO, which will be the end of it. And that's where we're going. We released PO, the contractors got the PO, the construction already started, construction of the equipment started, and it's actually coming from a company in California, Atlas Technology.
You're still manufacturing product when the smell's going on, though, right? Like everything still goes the same. It's just
The plant doesn't start.
okay.
Well, I'm curious if Mr. Osborne or anybody else didn't complain, what would be going on? Absolutely nothing.
I agree. I mean, I think
I mean, we're going on months.
probably about 10 years, really, until. But
Yeah,
honestly,
well, I mean,
yeah.
most recently, it's been since the end of the summer last year.
Yep, I agree.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Don, just real quick. I mean,
Don Osborne at 1 Mulberry Circle. The reality is I drove down the 2A in Littleton and
you mentioned that, and I
could
didn't believe you.
smell it in aggregate industries. That's how bad it was. It was in Littleton on 2A, blowing the other way. So, it's just, I'm asking the same question is, what changed? You have to know, literally what changed? You were doing well, and it was great, because we could actually go outside, but something changed. You must know 10 days ago what changed. You can't tell me you didn't. You know something changed. So what is it? How do you fix it? And second, the last thing I'd say is July's not the spring, and that's when I was told this fix would happen, is spring of this year, you'd have a permanent thing in place. July's more like the summer. And so while you're fixing all this, and I respect that you're doing that, I'll reiterate again, we as residents suffer, not you.
True.
Okay, I sat in my living room and could smell it seeping through the walls of my house the other day. It was that bad. You couldn't breathe. You could taste it when you went outside. That's how nasty it is. And I have no idea how you work in those conditions. I really don't. But it's that bad. So please, figure out what happened 10 days ago and resolve the issue. Because I'm sure I could go down in a matter of hours, do a 5 why analysis of what happened, and pretty quickly understand where you went wrong. If you can't do that, then I'm shocked that you're still in business.
Well, they might not be if all the people that buy the product end up walking away.
Yeah, I mean, if your end user product, the people who buy your stuff walk away, it's over. So please, you know, we don't want to have to go through this until July, please.
Yes. Allow me to say. So the first thing I want to apologize for the change on the timeline. I know that yes, we were talking about spring. That's what we offered with Nurse Grover as a potential solution that after the analysis and reviewing period we had back in October, we determined that that wasn't going to be the solution. We said this is not what's going to fix this problem. We actually need to do something and be more diligent. That's why we took the time to do a lot of testing and a lot of contractors and spend the time doing that.
I don't want to
And
be
they
rude,
doesn't-
and I know you guys are working on it, I get it, but just go back and look at 10 days ago. What changed 10 days ago to cause the odor to where it is today? And I think you'd figure out pretty quickly what's causing your odor. I mean, again, I could come to your facility and fix it for you if you want to pay me $1.5 million, but that's not the way it works.
And it's waves too. It's like
It's
there,
I
it's
mean,
gone, it's there.
that was
I mean,
great.
I've never called before, and where I am, and it, like I said, I was shocked on Friday night, and then, like I said, Don sent me a message over the weekend and said 2A, and I said, I think Don's getting delusional to myself. He smelled it in Littleton, and then I smelled, like I said, I got it at Shaw's at 119 in Groton yesterday, so he was correct. It's been breezy and warm, and
Yeah.
that storm. So I don't know, gentlemen. That's kind of where we're at. You can reiterate the message that Gary and I said to Mr. Gata and see how he wants to proceed with that. But
This is definitely not a position where we don't want you to be and we don't want to be either. I know you tried earlier today, but the answering service is still active. I know Geo Insight, it's been getting the complaints over the weekend.
they were. I called on my way here, and it went to your at 5 minutes of 6, and it rang to your desk after 6 rings, I think.
I believe we received somewhere close to 8 reports generated by Geo Insight on Saturday, Sunday. Those reports obviously were copied to the town administrative, also to the DEP people. So all
Did they
of
get
them-
fined? Is there a fine that goes along with this now?
Yes.
Do I understand this correctly? That's
Yeah.
implemented, right? Every time
Under
they're
the consent order.
When it's verified, when the complaint, that's why we're using the third party, because we want to, yes, take that responsibility out of the town, but also have an independent company that could do the assessment.
Mhm.
If it's a verified order, yes, so we get fined. That's not the position where we want to be. And believe me, we're taking these things seriously.
And if I may, Chairman, as I mentioned, as you said, that I joined after VitaSource, so I'm not aware about the history. And I did hear a lot of bad things about the water issue. But I guess the difference is that we take it seriously. We're invested. The money is not a problem. I understand, but it is a big money for us to, making a tofu company wise, spending 1.4 million is not a small money. But we do need a little bit of time to make sure we find the right solution, because again, we don't want to bandage it. And as Mr. Osmer has mentioned, that if we knew what was the real cause, then every time we could avoid it, of course. But unfortunately, sometimes there is something that chemically, sometimes we couldn't figure out exactly at that time and couldn't avoid. So I think that's the reason why we want to resolve it permanently, spending money, but of course as soon as possible. But we will, of course, at the same time, do our best to avoid any of those kind of odor issues later on. But again, I'm very sorry, but we cannot guarantee at this time that it's never going to happen until the new RTO, comes in. But we will do our best.
Happening and happening for 10 straight days is two entirely separate things.
Understood.
So it happens, I honestly think there was some leeway too when it first happened, because it had been so good, better than it's been for years. And then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and then even today, I'm not in the area during the day, but like I said, it was perfectly fine at 5 o'clock, and by 6 o'clock it was nauseating at the end of NIMCO.
Knowing,
Something to look forward to when you go home, Dawn.
knowing the exposure to that frequency of the odor, the way it could happen, that's why we opted for a system that doesn't care how often or the concentration of it, it will just kill it. The RTO is the first project that will be like an umbrella to protect the town, to protect the company for these kind of events. But we have planned to keep working and improving after we get the RTO in place. So the RTO will give us the insurance that we need to make sure that everything is covered. But then we will continue to move forward with other improvement to optimize the wastewater treatment system as well.
Okay.
So this is part of the
I just honestly can't guarantee that the neighbors are going to have patience until July.
And we understand that. We're going to continuously work on keep things.
I have no patience. I lost mine on this subject 5 years ago. So that's where I'm at. And I know, just judging from what I've been hearing from people on Facebook, it's like I said, the next point is reaching out to people who buy your product and see where we go from there. So I appreciate you coming, and hopefully we don't have to see you guys for a while again. Thank you for coming at short notice. Robert?
Mr. Chairman, the question was raised under public input pertaining to remote participation. And under Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, Subpoint D, and this is in accordance with the town's policy on remote participation. For open session, there must be a physical quorum of the body present. Though Selectman Luca is participating remotely and Selectman Livingston is ill,
This is getting
under the
ridiculous.
statute, there cannot continue participating remotely. The public input, which is not a deliberation of the body, and there were no votes taken, but to proceed would be in violation of Chapter 30A, and any votes would not be legally binding because there isn't a quorum present.
Call to order again, the Air Board of Selectmen. My apologies for the delay. It's very embarrassing, and Selectman Livingston did not know, and we kind of encouraged her to
Hello.
take a knee for the evening. So thank you for coming back, Janice.
No problem.
Chief, sorry for the delay.
Evening, everybody.
Nice to see you.
This is Max Goodwin Jr.
Hi, Max. It usually runs much more smoothly, I promise you, all throughout town. I can assure you of that,
This is
especially at
probably
the
our
PD.
biggest fiasco ever.
So you can see by the nameplates, Vice Chairman Janice Livingston and Selectman Chairman Christopher Hammond. And we're here tonight to ask that Max be appointed a full-time dispatcher to fill our last open position. Max grew up in Ayer, graduated high school here in Ayer in 2009. Did a short stint on the Ayer Fire Department as a call firefighter. Should we wait?
No, we're good. We have a quorum.
Worked at the cottage restaurant before joining the Navy. Went in the Navy as a language analyst specializing in modern standard Arabic and Iraqi.
Can I ask about that? Did you know those? I mean, did you have to learn, like...
I did pretty poorly in French in high school, so it was a surprise to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's impressive. I wouldn't think that'd be something you'd be learning in college or high school, so that's impressive. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay. So he did his time in the Navy, got out and became a part-time dispatcher in Shirley, where he's currently right now. But we're offering him a full-time job. He has all the certifications, all the training required. He's not going to need anything except for our in-house. And I'm pretty certain that that's going to go very quickly. I would recommend that you appoint him effective March 1st, 2018, as step 1. That's the training grade. The appointment should be contingent upon passing our background investigation, drug testing, and field training. We're kind of fast tracking Max, trying to get everybody on board, so we're going to do all the requisite investigations after his appointment.
Okay.
But I'm sure with his
Come on, Gary.
with his clearance that he has from Navy, I don't think we're going to have any problems.
Great. Gary?
Yeah, we want to fast track, and good thing Janice came back.
Exactly. That was our discussion in the other room, actually. we were waiting for.
I would like to point out that Max is supported tonight by his wife Natalie, his
Hi, Natalie.
9-month-old daughter Harper, and his
Hi,
mother
Harper.
and father-in-law Charlene and Buddy. Normally you'd see a contingent of cops here, but we're very busy tonight, so we're kind of doing other
No,
things.
Lieutenant's here. Thanks, Lieutenant, for
Lieutenant's still
coming.
here, yes.
I wish I could be in attendance, but
We do too.
sure,
I know I do.
I'm sure he's got a good background, and I just want to say I'm sorry about passing a Vicky. She was, you know, a different person. And I say that in a good way. You know, she had a nice heart. So, but you know, I recommend the board appoint Max, effective March 1st, 2018. Step 1, dispatcher grade, of course, contingent upon successfully pass a background investigation, drug testing, and field testing.
Seconded.
All in favor? Gary?
All right.
Janice?
Aye.
Chairman says aye. Welcome aboard, Max.
Just a quick question. I was just gonna ask you a quick question. How long did you serve?
About 5 years.
And what was your rating called?
Cryptologic technician interpretive.
Okay. So what would?
I think you found a good candidate, Chief.
Yeah.
CTI.
CTI 3.
Okay, great. I was
Can you say I'm so
I was a
excited
data
and already-
processor, merged to a radio man, and then made an IT when I retired.
worked
So
on a couple of ITs.
yeah. So congratulations, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Max, congratulations. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks for your patience, folks.
Thank you, Chief. Sorry about that,
Nice to see
guys.
you. All right, moving right along. Now look at that.
Hello.
Cindy, how are you?
I'm fine. We've been up here for quite a while. So we're looking to
This smart iPad.
get the board's approval on the updated written information security program that the IT committee has been working on for the last couple of months.
Mhm.
Supposed to review it annually, make changes to it. Changes are fairly minor. I think the biggest change is that our mandatory training sessions for all employees are monthly rather than annually.
Okay. That includes Selectmen.
It really includes all employees of the town who use the computers here.
Oh, okay.
So, no,
Good.
not yet.
Thank you for giving us the red line so that we could see the clear changes.
Yeah, I find that a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Did the, and I think I read this, are we gonna stop asking for social security numbers on stuff? Like, we don't ask for that, do we?
I can't think of any,
Well,
except,
just
well,
for
no.
hiring documents and
Okay.
Personnel
processing.
documents.
Yeah.
All right.
We have to.
Okay. Well, I have a, I don't know, it bothers me. I never,
Yeah.
I mean, as a business, I give my federal tax number, but people still do ask for social security numbers, and I just don't know why anybody would ever
Yeah,
put it down.
I don't give it out. I've had people
Yeah.
in stores ask me for it, like, I'm not telling you
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
it was originally just supposed to be for
Yeah.
hiring purposes.
Yeah,
and then
no,
it
I agree.
became, you know, we had to give it every 5 seconds
Yeah.
we talk. So.
Yeah, and I mean, this policy protects that type of personal information. Where, you know, we're looking for clean desk policies, something like a check with an address and account number on it really shouldn't be left out in public view. I think it defines personal information as first initial, last name, or first name, last name,
Mhm.
in combination with either a social security number, driver's license number, or a financial number, checking account, credit card, things like that.
No, like you said, it was some minor things, but just some common sense things too that
Yeah.
cleaned up.
I'd like to make a motion that the Board of Selectmen approve the updated written information security program, the WISP, as presented in the packet.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Gary? Gary, turn down the Olympics. Gary?
I said,
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Janice?
Aye.
All in favor? Yeah. Chairman says aye. Motion passes. Nice
I
job,
got a
Cindy.
question on page 475. Could you make this any longer, Cindy?
No.
Right here.
It's obviously a lot of work, and
Yeah.
when it's with, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Cindy. Keep up the good work.
Oh, all 3 of us signed?
Yeah, up right above that, she said in this blank space.
Oh, in here?
Yeah.
Alan, Alicia?
Thank you. Thank you, Janice. Sorry for the inconvenience. We honestly,
No, it's not your fault. We carried on with until they had to,
Would you do which one's first on your
just anywhere up
list?
here, right, Carl?
your rehab.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the Air Housing Rehab Program, the guidelines. We went through and amended them in 2016, but I just need to have so they have not changed at all. We just need to have you recertify them or revoke them as the guidelines for the 2018 grant application. So we reviewed them in 2016, we're just, and we did do some amendments at that point in time. At this point, we're not changing them. We just want to accept them for the 2018 grant application.
This is recertification.
Yes, this is just a recertification.
Okay. I make a motion that the Board of Selectmen recertify the FY18 Air Housing Rehab Program guidelines.
Second.
All in favor? Gary?
Aye.
Dennis?
Aye.
Chair says aye. Motion passes. Next.
The CDS, that's yours.
This is our town's community development strategy. We're required, all communities are required to compose, formulate, and adopt a community development strategy as we interface with the Mass Department of Housing and Community Development. The community development strategy is a document that's used for many grant pursuit purposes and otherwise. So the last community development strategy was composed in 2015. And we know a lot has changed in the last few years. So as we're submitting this large new grant application for March the 2nd, we decided to update our community development strategy. And again, we had the benefit this past year of working, going through the whole master plan process. So we've been interfacing with a lot of folks in the community here. So we've gotten that, it was just a great opportunity to get a sense of what the community, what they're valuing right now, where they think we're going with the community. And then we had the benefit of our Community Development Strategy Public Forum we had here on Tuesday the 30th. We had the benefit of our neighborhood gathering input sessions in the Grove Pond neighborhood we did last week. So all this is the product of a lot of good interface and civic engagement. So we're just asking that you approve this new and updated Community Development Strategy, which would be effective from 2018 through 2022, usually 5 years. And I'd like to answer any questions about anything that is contained in this.
Hey, Chris.
Good, Gary?
You did?
Yep, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay. Hi, Alan. Hi, Alicia.
Hey,
Hi.
Gary?
Has anything changed drastically since 2015 in the this paper?
No. And what was on the last one were a lot of sort of projects you went through, the fire station, other things that were sort of the commuter parking deck and facility. So a lot of those were fulfilled. So this is
Okay.
sort of now, okay, what is next? And you see our goals moving forward are just, we want to make sure, the development pressure is very aggressive in the town now with housing development. So we want to make sure that we are protecting our affordable housing stock and making sure that's there. We don't want to happen in here what's happened to so many towns in Metro Boston, the towns people grew up in, they can't afford, their children can't afford to live in. So that's
Right.
one of the important goals. Of course, the next one is we need to retain, expand, and attract our innovative manufacturing job. We know we have a split tax rate, and we have to make sure that we always have a very robust manufacturing and innovation sector. We did a little bit of that with American Superconductor this past year, but we have to really stay committed to that, to attraction and retention of companies. Next, the one that really is new is advancing multimodal transportation infrastructure. This has a lot to do with the work Public Works has done with Complete Streets, and the fact that we are rebuilding our commuter rail station, and this is just a new lifestyle where people are not just getting around by cars anymore, and we have to fully embrace that, which, by the way, puts us in very strong positions for grants going forward. It's what the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is really building their frameworks on, and we have we're very well positioned because of our commuter rail. And then regulating land development patterns to assure long-term municipal financial sustainability. What that gets to is the excellent product, our new open space plan, which was just fulfilled. We need to make sure as development comes on us that we're directing that growth down to the traditional urban core and not the growth happening out in our outer fringe open space, because that's what's going to bleed the taxpayers dry eventually. We're not going to be able to maintain that infrastructure 20, 30 years out. So that's just doing everything we can to let developers know we need to develop, where the infrastructure exists now and try to preserve our open land, and that is what is financially sustainable for the town. And so those are the main thrusts, and it's all just based on, frankly, what planning and development's all about now in the 21st century in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Yeah, thank you.
We need a motion to approve.
I'd like to make a motion that the Board of Selectmen approve the town's community development strategies, spelled wrong, strategy as presented in the packet and by Alan.
Second.
All in favor, Gare?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
Chair says aye. Motion
Thank you.
passes. Thank you.
And the last one is, we had some certifications. Some of those certifications, none of the certifications need a vote on them except for one, and that is the environmental certifying officer for the 2018 grant. And for management reasons, we're making Alan, before this, Dave Maha was the certifying officer for all our grants. It is just, he does the review and oversight of the grant as the director. So I just need an approval on that. And our other certifications, the way we're putting the grant into those forms have not been generated yet, so we will get them to you.
Okay. I have it in front of me, so I make a motion to appoint Alan Minoyan as the designation of environmental certifying officer.
Seconded.
All in favor? Gary?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
Chair says aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Twentieth, right?
Yep. Is that it for you then?
Yeah.
I'll just get this for you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right now,
Thank you.
I don't know how to spell it.
Felicia.
Right, thanks.
Mark?
Thank you. So I have three things on the agenda, but I think the third one, which is just a discussion, we can put off for another meeting.
Okay, next.
It's not that critical. And I did come up with another item that I wanted to discuss with regards to water and sewer regulations. The first item is a letter of support for East Main Street reconstruction.
Yep.
I think Carly has the original of that. We're, as you know, we're on the tip list. We've completed the 75% design, so we're almost ready to go. But the way they program it is they look at what milestones you've accomplished, and so we're right now in the program for 2022. But they update that every year. So I've been working with the MPO to move us up, and we're meeting with them actually tomorrow to present the project.
2022 is based on before.
Right, that's just where
okay,
they
right.
slot you in when they get it.
Okay.
And so we're meeting with the MPO tomorrow to present the project, and that we're ready to go and see if we can get into this year's funding.
I can't imagine a more shovel-ready project than what you've got out there for them, gas, sewer, water.
And so they recommended that we get letters of support. So we have a letter of support from Senator Eldridge's office, and then one from the Board of Selectmen.
I make a motion. Oh, sorry. I know. I make a motion for the board to support the letter of support for the East Main reconstruction as outlined by Superintendent Wessel.
Seconded.
All in favor? Gary?
Chris, I was going to say something first, Chris.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't been there to go to the MPO meetings, and I'm I'm glad that they are at least listening to us moving it up a little bit. I mean, it's a lot of work has been done ahead of time, so hopefully they'll vote to move us and move someone back a little bit.
It makes me feel better too that it's based on prior. I thought they were basing it on what we had already done, which made no sense.
No,
to me.
they just, they have a whole list of projects.
Sure.
And they just, as they come in, they try to slot them in years, because they have about $9 million a year for all the communities. And Leominster tends to get about half of that.
Wonderful. Is that a yes, Gary?
Yes.
Janice?
Yes.
Jess says yes enthusiastically, so good luck tomorrow.
And then the next item is the infiltration investigation, Phase 2B. I presented at the last meeting the results of our Phase 2A investigation, and this is to do the remaining drainage areas in town. Luckily, Groton paid for the last one, and this one we did appropriate money at town meeting for this phase of the work. So it's primarily Groton School Road and Rosewood area, Jackson Road and Pearl Street up on the hill. We did most of the rest of the hill. Devon's Crest, which has pretty high infiltration. We're not really sure why, but this will identify what that problem is. And then Central Ave and Sandy Pond Road. So it's pretty much the remainder of the system. We had done the Westford Road area a few years ago, so we should
Do
be
you
in
find
pretty
like,
good shape.
sorry, I'm not trying to go long, but like pipes that are just like, when you do this, do you find people that are just stuff that's illegally tied in, and or people
We
that don't know it?
don't find illegal tie-ins. We find stuff like on Central Avenue. I'm not sure who does it, but it keeps plugging up with rags. So it may be one of the auto places or the moving place or something, but someone flushes stuff down the toilets.
You'd think by now
we find
people would know.
we get a
stuff
lot
is
of
not flushed.
there's a lot of stuff flushed down the toilets. We find cell phones. Up around the school, we were finding padlocks from the locker room. I don't know how those go down the toilet, but yeah, it's amazing the stuff that people flush down. I mean, I can see little kids
At Home
flushing out a
Depot,
toilet
they
or
have new
something.
toilets. At Home Depot,
They'll-
they have
yeah.
one that you can do like, flush
Can put everything
30
in,
golf
yeah.
balls at a time or something. I don't know why.
My voice.
Yeah, we haven't.
It doesn't work. I tried it.
There you go. It's what they call a hole-in-one, right?
Yeah.
On that note.
So anyway, so this once we finish this, then we'll be able to put together a long-term capital plan to correct our infiltration. And so I have 2 copies of the contract for signature by the chair.
Is this the one through Arcadis?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the professional service contract between the town of Ayer and Arcadis US Incorporated, project number 2608-2005-0000.
Second.
Signature by
By the chair.
the chair.
Seconded.
All in favor, Gary?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
Jess says aye. Motion passes. Okay. Thanks, Mark.
Good.
Thanks, Mark.
We'll get those right back to you.
You want to get those to me tomorrow?
I'll give them right back,
All right.
that way we don't have them.
Mark, thanks for your help with marking the water. We have a potential water issue in Wagon Road created by the railroad, so Mark and the guys have put out some markers so we can have an indication of
Yeah, it's funny.
where we started and where we end.
Down at Mill Pond off of Littleton Road, I used to be able to tell what the beavers were doing with their beaver dam, because there was a duck house and I could tell how high the water
Yep.
was on it, and then the duck house disappeared now. I can't tell anymore.
There you go.
All right, great, thank you.
No, I appreciate it, so thanks.
Did Selectman Luca want me to stay for I saw chapter 90 on the discussion?
If you want to talk about it now, I have no problem.
Yeah, I have no issues. I mean, it's quick. I think we're on the same.
It was just a quick note. What I'm proposing is to couple what the state gives us in Chapter 90. So to augment our Chapter 90 funds, roughly $250,000 a year. I know something was proposed, like around 100,000.
Yeah, it was 100. I wasn't at that capital.
150,000 was what we put in the capital.
Was it 150? I think
And
it was 100.
it was 150. No, it's 150. Yeah.
What's we doing?
And the reason I put that in was because I was trying to see where areas that we could do where we've already done the infrastructure ahead of time.
I was
But
wondering that.
I
If we get
haven't
ahead of ourselves.
totaled up. I've gone through everything a second time, and I haven't totaled it all up. But the roads that we really need to pave the most have 100-year-old pipes under them, so it takes a little while before we catch up. But there are roads, for instance, up in Mulberry Circle area that are getting a little low. They have low condition indexes, where we know that the utilities are fine because the utilities are newer. It's just the roads aren't that good. So there are roads that we could be paving that don't need any utility construction underneath them.
So are you saying we don't need the extra money in there?
I would say I put in for 150,000, but if the board wants to approve 250,000, I'd be more than glad to spend it. We definitely have a backlog.
I know, that's why I'm suggesting.
Yeah. I just hadn't, when I was putting my plan together, I was more looking at what roads we were doing water, sewer, and drainage on, and then paving, and not looking at roads that we could just straight pave. But we do have a number of those, so it definitely wouldn't go to waste.
Chapter 90.
Like, is Washington Street one of those roads?
Yes, Washington Street is slated for Chapter 90 for this year.
Okay.
You're going to do it in sections.
We're
right?
going to do
You're gonna
2 sections just because of the cost. So we're going to go from Nashua Street to Highland this year, and then Highland down to Maine the next year.
Okay, no, that's all I had on that. Thank you for your input.
Yeah, and as far as I know, that the governor's office is still only looking at 200 million, which is our normal allocation. I know, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, they gave us 300 million, so we got an additional appropriation. So we get about 245,000 right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So, are we? You think we're good at the 150 this year?
I would say,
Capital?
yeah, and then let's reevaluate next year.
Okay. Can you use it for more than paving? I mean, Chapter 90 can use.
We
it
can
for-
use it for drainage and road maintenance.
But those
So,
are projects you got to.
Yeah, and
I agree
and
with
like I
Gary,
said,
I
we
just
have
don't want
a
it
we
to
have
sit
a
there.
capital plan, but it's kind of always changing. Like for instance, we're doing a you're aware of, we're doing a CDBG application now for Oak and Prospect.
Yep.
And I have to cover some of that work with the Chapter 90. The other, we also have the potential for getting complete streets funding to do sidewalks, and so I'm going to apply for that for some of for the Washington Street as well as a few other projects. Probably we definitely need to get a sidewalk on School Street down to the park.
I agree.
So
That's a good idea, actually.
but those are competitive, so we don't count on that money until we.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. No, because Gary and I and Janice have talked about this before, and I agree. But maybe that's something we talk about next year, if you.
Yeah, I can prepare sort of an overall infrastructure capital plan. I have it sketched out. I just haven't plugged in all the numbers in one place.
And I think if you go to towns that roads are paved, but if you notice it, noticeable. Westford, for example, paved town roads. I talked to Mr. Barrett, and they have a supplement. You know,
Most towns do. It was interesting. Yeah. Someone put out a notice on the Bay States Road site that I'm on the listserv for, and it was amazing how many towns augmented their Chapter 90 by significantly more than what Chapter 90 gave them. There were some that were augmenting it by like double triple what Chapter 90 was giving them.
Takes more thought here, though.
Our,
Honestly, you
yeah,
get the sewer, because a lot of towns don't have
and
that.
quite frankly, our average pavement index is 75, and you really want to be up in the 85 to 90. So we're not really that bad off, and there's a few roads that really bring us down.
I was going to say, there's a few that just really put us on that.
Groton Shirley Road is the worst road in town, but I need to figure out how to connect the water on that. So that's an expensive water main without a lot of return on the investment.
You mentioned Groton Shirley Road. Is there any thought into providing water and sewer on that road?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
just mentioning that. I just need to, it would be a benefit to loop it all the way through, because the water goes about a third of the way down. But it's a pretty expensive extension without a lot of customers.
Which one is Groton Shirley? I get confused with
It
Groton.
runs from Groton School Road to Fitchburg Road.
Oh, okay.
Game Farm Road, they call it.
All right. The obsession with
Okay.
the founding fathers over here with the word Groton and every road.
I think there's 5 of them.
Yeah, it's confusing.
So,
All right, so something to talk about in the future. But
okay, great.
thanks.
Okay,
Mark.
great,
Thanks,
thank you.
Mark.
Nice to see you. To your point, though, Gary, I missed that capital, but we had talked about that, and I think, moving forward, it's a good idea for whoever is in here to put it in the budget.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, and you look at the pavement that was done on Park Street and Groton School Road, and it all looks nice.
Yeah, and it's just it just makes it easier to plow the roads, treat the roads.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to pay for just aesthetics, but
No.
I mean, it serves the purpose.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Thankfully, our superintendent, unlike others that have served in this town years ago, actually thinks of what's below the road before paving above the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Madigan, not to name names. Would pave a road and then have it cut up 3 weeks later. So I appreciate him doing all that.
Yeah.
All right. Robert?
Good evening, members of the board. I just have 2 items. The first item is the approval of the March 19th, 2018 special town meeting warrant, which you have in your packet. The planning board voted unanimously last Thursday to approve both articles as the sponsor for both of these articles, which is the proper form under statute. Article 1 is the zoning bylaw. All of the documents supporting that are on the town's website, and the documents and the map are also, in addition to being available online, are available at the town clerk's office. With your approval of the warrant, it will be posted this Friday and will also be sent to be printed and mailed to all of the households. Article 2 is the solar bylaw, and which is really part of the zoning, but per form it is a second article. So the warrant has been reviewed by town council, and as I mentioned, the planning board approved it, so we're respectfully looking for your approval of the special town meeting warrant.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Gary?
Aye.
Chair says aye. Motion approved. I just want to point out the school reporter, I don't know if it just came out today, but he did a great job of outlining that at the beginning of the article and really explained it, which was
Yeah,
good,
they did
about
nice
what
job.
tabling means and what the articles, are about.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, is the town moderator allowed at the beginning of the meeting to at least let everyone know if there's an attempt to table it, it would be 2 years?
Yes, that's a good point. We can have
So that
that.
people know up
Yeah.
front.
Yep,
Yeah, and you said town council looked at this and
Yeah.
we're sure that there's no missing language or anything?
yes,
Okay, they've reviewed it.
yes. And if
Okay.
there's an issue, I'm gonna send them to see you. But
What do
yes,
you mean?
Yes,
Right, right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Next?
Did we approve it? Yeah.
Yes.
Did you take a vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
would.
all right. The next item is a reserve fund transfer for the town council
Love
legal
these.
services budget. And I respectfully would like to amend that from the $50,000 request to $70,000. There is only $10,000 remaining in the town council budget, and we still have to pay January, February, March, April, May, and June's bill. And in working with Ms. Gabri and Town Council to try to estimate the costs to get through each month, plus this account was originally budgeted at $120,000 for FY18, but principally as I mentioned in the packet, the lawsuit of Worthingdale versus the town of Ayer, which came to be after the budget was set, has exacerbated the account as well as some other costs. So the $70,000, the breakdown, $50,000 would be to cover the standard monthly town council from January to June, and the additional $20,000 is to cover additional legal costs pertaining to the Worthingdale matter. So I'm respectfully requesting your approval of $70,000. There is $150,000 in the reserve fund as of tonight. I realize this is a considerable request.
Chair.
Yes, Gary? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
My phone.
No, I can hear you better than I think you can hear me. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'd like to make a motion to approve $70,000 transfer to town council account number 01151-53090.
Seconded.
Second, all in favor, Gary?
Yeah, aye.
Janice?
Aye.
It's a reluctant aye for me because it's just stuff that...
Hey, Chris?
Yeah.
Robert, what are we going to do for next year?
Right now, the FY19 budget request is for $130,000,
All right.
but we may have to.
We might want to up it to 150.
We have to discuss that with the board because there are some outstanding some matters since we started the budget process. So I will keep the board updated, but we're leaning towards increasing that reluctantly.
All right.
And just so the board's aware, the rest of the reserve fund accounts, we're in pretty good shape. This is the worst one, so we're confident that the 150 will get us through FY18.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, we've had anomalies where we've had things going on. I know we had one maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But, frivolous things that unfortunately cost us more money than we anticipate. So, anyways, it is what it is, unfortunately.
So that's my report for tonight, unless there are any questions from the board.
No. Trying to move along as quick as we can so we can get Janice home. Gary, do you want to discuss that tonight, or do you want to wait?
Well, I'll discuss it more in depth, but I just wanted to throw it out there. I mean, with the amount of free cash we have left this year, and I've been saying it for the last few years, I think we need to give something back to the taxpayer. And I was thinking that, like, next year's the debt exclusion for the school, if we can pay that so the homeowners don't have to pay it. I have to get together with Tom Bogan to discuss specifics of it, but I'd like to do something like that and think about it. We'll talk about it when I get back.
Okay. Yeah, I have some opinions on that too, but you'll be back the next meeting, Gary?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can discuss it then.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, anybody? I wanted to acknowledge, and I'm sorry we got all screwy at the beginning, and maybe we can have them in on the 5th, I think we meet. The indoor track team for Ayer Shirley won the state championship, not just the districts. They went into Boston and Little Ayer Shirley. Got the first state title, I think, for Ayer since the 80s. So huge achievement. I know that the outdoor track team does great every year too, but it's a big deal. So maybe we can have them in the next meeting.
Sure, okay.
Because it's well deserved. I know the fire and police department, I think, met them at the town line on the bus ride back. And gave them an escort in, which was pretty cool. So
Yeah, we'll-
congratulations to them, and hopefully we can have them next meeting, if you don't mind reaching out to the school.
Sure.
Great. That's it for me.
All right, Janice, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, Janice, thank you.
Yeah, Dennis, thank you.
So sorry about that.
Oh, minutes?
So sorry it took you so long to get a hold of me.
No, our,
Are you good with minutes?
I
Approved?
make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from
February
February 6th.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, Gary?
Aye.
Janice? Aye. Chair says aye. Minutes passed, I make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
All in favor, Gary? Janice?
Aye.
All right. Good night, Gary.